Hello to all my friends out there. And some of you might be saying, hey, what happened to the tea parties? Oh, I'm still having tea parties. Don't you worry. Okay, I made some thumbprint cookies. I had grape jam and strawberry jam. And I made some peanut butter and brown sugar sandwiches. You just spread the bread with peanut butter and then, margarine, then peanut butter, and then brown sugar. Okay, now these are really good sandwiches. And I was really, really happy because I heard, so it's margarine, peanut butter, and brown sugar. I heard some of the ladies were having tea parties with their kids. And I thought, wow, that is wonderful, parties. And this is mayonnaise, mustard, and deviled ham sandwich. So this is going to be a pretty good little tea. And one of the followers told me about this raspberry zinger tea. And so I tried it, and I really, really liked it. And then it was sold out. I go, so today I found it on sale. And so I had some frozen boysenberries, and I have some raspberry zinger tea. And you know what? This is the best tea. I can't tell you how good this tea is. I like it with sugar and, berries. It is delicious. And you know what it tastes like? And this doesn't sound good, but it's really, really good. It tastes like a long, long time ago. It tastes like Kool-Aid, back when Kool-Aid was really, really, really good. So, okay, I'm having a little tea party because it's going to be a while. And there's my little picture that didn't sell. I am so relieved it didn't sell. So, okay. Happy Valentine's Day again, because, I have to get all my joy out. And thanks for all the Valentine's wishes. And I'm trying to get to the messages. Oh, and this is some banana bread I made. Here it is, my banana bread cooling because my bananas were going down south. And so here is my beans. They're not done yet. They need a couple more hours because I like my beans almost like refried beans. But, they could be eaten now. They're good. And this is hard to do one-handed. So, okay, my beans are looking good. But I think they're a couple more hours because I mentioned this before. I used to go out. I've been cooking them all day. I used to go out for a steak dinner, and it was steak. It was beans, like those cowboy beans. And it was corn on the cob. So, okay, I want to make a crazy cheap version. This is the way I like anyway. 2 hamburger patties. So I have my beef patty mix. And then I will put steak sauce on top of my hamburgers. And I will have some beans. And then, in the freezer, I have frozen corn. So this is going to be a really good, cheap dinner. And then here's my fruit that I bought at Dollar Tree for $1. And so these beans are good. And I want to make mention of something. Okay, I shopped around for quite a while for the best deal on bread. And this bread is really good. Let me see, how many ounces is this? It's a lot. 20 ounces. So that is a nice big loaf of bread for 99 cents. So I keep at least one of those in the freezer at all times. And I had brown sugar. Oh, and for my cookies, when I found these big ones, these are big jars. Or what is this? This is not a jar. This is a plastic jar of grape jam. And I found this one, same size, big one. And I use those for cookies or, even jam on pancakes. And I bought the peanut butter at Dollar Tree. And here is the deviled ham. One time I was in Walmart and I saw this older guy, pretty old like me. And he had so many deviled hams. And I thought, wow, what's he going to do? Eat deviled ham every day? Well, deviled ham I bought this at a Dollar Tree, and the mustard and the mayonnaise at Dollar Tree. So, you know, I bought about 6 of these myself, and these are really good on toast with scrambled eggs. So I can see why that old guy, well, why do you think he was so old? Okay, so the beans are coming, and so, okay, and Valentine's Day is coming. So, okay, here is my leftover frosting and my cake, and I'll probably make some cupcakes. And I bought some Red Hots because Red Hots are good, and some mints because chocolate cake and mints are really good. And I bought 2 packages of Peeps, but you know, 1 package we already ate. All right, now let me give you my banana nut bread recipe. And it's everything in the stockpile. You can freeze the bananas, but I just wait until they're ready, and then, you know, I can make banana nut bread. And I want to give you a couple more recipes. Okay, at my house, we have decided this is the best thumbprint cookie recipe. And it is, but the problem is it doesn't make very many cookies, but the cookies you do get are really, really delicious. And like when I make this, we will polish off the whole batch in one day. They're pretty much indestructible. I mean, they're going to come out good every single time. And as you can see, mine look just like the picture. You know, like sometimes you make stuff and the picture looks better than yours. And so, okay, so tonight I'm having beans. These beans are good. If you get a good ham, your beans are going to come out every time. So it's going to be 2 hamburger patties, beans with 2 hamburger patties with steak sauce, beans, and corn. Okay, that's all the food in the stockpile. So I want to make mention of something. You know, as usual, the comments were really, really good. You know, I'm not making mention of the comments just to kiss your butt. They're good. And so one of the comments was the lady's in-laws lived in Germany, and during World War II, yeah, it was World War II, they were so desperate for oil, they used motor oil. Okay, that's some hard times. And so I don't know, a few weeks ago, I made mention, if you're even thinking about running out of oil, save the oil off of your meat, your hamburger, your bacon, any kind of meat, and then you can use that in your beans, God forbid, if you ever ran into hard times. And then she mentioned in wartime, you know, somebody got some soap for Christmas, and even the kids were grateful. You know, I never really thought about this, but believe me, I'll be stocking up on soap. I mean, and detergent and dish soap. You know, oh, hard times. Oh, that was a long time ago. Well, some of you may remember those refugees at the border of Turkey. It's not a joke. War. During the Depression, in my family, it was, they had some meat and sugar, but not normal amounts. They had scant amounts of meat and sugar. And that's why my grandmother told me always buy the meat first, and you'll notice I pile my freezer full of meat. And then the other thing that came to mind was the potato famine. And I thought, yeah, that's a bad thing to run out of too. So in the stockpile, I'm going to be stockpiling instant potatoes because I don't want to run out of oil. I don't want to run out of soap. I don't want to run out of sugar. I don't want to run out of meat. And I don't want to run out of potatoes. So definitely add those to the stockpile. And there's another thing, you know, I don't remember what the war was, but it was like a pious woman. And she lived in her house, and she was by herself. And when the army came through, not only would they occupy your house, they would take all the food with them. I mean, they would do this even in the Catholic churches where the nuns were. I mean, and this isn't like so far in the distant past. So, you know, I'm not saying it's wise to try to defend your food against an army, but maybe, you know, what would you do if you had to take your food out of your house? Where would you put it where it would be safe? And they say people will actually kill for food in 7 days, which is pretty awful to think about, real bad to think about. And, you know, so I'm not saying live in fear, be paranoid, but it makes good sense to, you know, live as frugally as you can, especially seniors. I thought all women would follow me, and I was really surprised. This month I'll be buying 8 packages of beans and 8 cans of canned beans. And so for the stockpile, I'll plan on beans maybe once a week. This would be good beans and cornbread too, but I like that. I was a girl, you know, with that steak dinner in the day, because I'm 63 years old. A steak dinner was $3.90-something, and that was the steak dinner I described to you. And I was a young hairdresser in beauty school, and I would save my tips, and I would take myself out for a steak dinner once a week. That was my treat. I would buy tiki hairspray and take myself out. I would buy, you know, back then things were cheap. You could go to Taco Bell and get a burrito for 19 cents. You could get an Arby's sandwich for about 19 cents. Tacos at Jack in the Box were really, really cheap. So anyway, okay, so don't forget these peanut butter and brown sugar sandwiches for the kids. I'm telling you, your kids will like these. I sent these to school with my son. A half a peanut butter, he's going to kill me for this one, but a half a peanut butter and brown sugar sandwich until the day he graduated from high school. That was a snack. And don't forget the deviled ham sandwiches either. And I hope some of you out there are making treats for the kids. So, and I know you are. And thank you for the comments, and God bless you all.